Hello guys and welcome back to the F1 Tube YouTube channel, and my word, what a race we have witnessed. The 2019 Austrian Grand Prix was by far the best race we've had this year, and the middle finger to any sports fan in general that says F1 is boring. That race proves them wrong. On track, Max Verstappen masterfully won the race after dropping back to the tail end of the points, really, after going into anti-stall at the start. We'll get to him later, but Leclerc just missed out on his maiden win, with Bottas rounding out the podium. Vettel finished 4th, with Hamilton 5th, Norris best of the rest in 6th, with Gasly in 7th. A great job from Sainz to go from the rear end of the grid to P8. Then we have the two Alphas rounding out the top 10, and in the second half of the field we have Perez, the two Renaults with Ricciardo edging out Hülkenberg. Then we have Stroll, Albon, Grosjean, Kvyat, Russell, Magnussen and Robert Kubica. But let's start off with Red Bull and Max Verstappen, who won their first Grand Prix with Honda as the two being partners. And Verstappen, brilliant drive. His best drive in F1 by a mile. I do not care about USA 2018. I do not care about Brazil 2016. What he did was remarkable. Yes, I do think the Red Bull was the quickest car on race day, but that should not detract the fact that Max Verstappen drove in a different league to everyone else, dropped back at the starts and still won the flipping race on track. Obviously, the investigation about his incident with Leclerc will unfold in the steward's room. God knows how that's going to go. But yeah, what a drive from Verstappen. Pierre Gasly, P7, another underwhelming race for him, considering that his teammate won the race. But what do we come to expect from Gasly at the moment? Leclerc narrowly missed out on his maiden win. His battle with Verstappen was ferocious. That is what F1 is about, and obviously he got overtaken by the Dutchman. And all I'm going to say is this: I'm not going to say whether it was a penalty or not, but Verstappen 100% forced Leclerc off the track, and by the letter of the law, is that a penalty? Yes or no? That's come to the stewards. That's what we've been seeing of the stewards, especially after that Canadian Grand Prix incident between Vettel and Hamilton. Verstappen forced Leclerc off the track, and, well, Leclerc gave Max room. Max didn't give Leclerc room, so what's your verdict? Vettel has been unlucky all weekend. Obviously, he had that issue in Q3, and come race day, he had a very good beginning to the race, and obviously he had that pit stop issue where the Ferrari crew weren't ready for him. This was due to a radio issue, and that definitely cost him a podium finish, but a good recovery in the end to finish P4. Mercedes had the third quickest car in the race. That's basically it. They were really struggling with the temperatures, and yeah, they just couldn't match Ferrari and Red Bull. In terms of racecraft, that Mercedes around other cars is just not that great. But Valtteri Bottas got a podium, a decent drive from him, but I don't think he was that stunning. I think Lewis Hamilton was actually quicker, but he had a more scruffy race. Hamilton, when the others pit, he stayed out for a bit longer by his own admission, and then broke a part of his front wing. That meant he had to pit, and from there it was just a nothing race from Hamilton. He did finish 4 seconds behind Bottas in the end, but Hamilton, although he says it's just one of those races, he has to write this weekend off if he wants to deliver a home Grand Prix victory in 2 weeks' time. Lando Norris was very racy today. Obviously, he overtook Hamilton at the start. Obviously, he got re-overtaken by Hamilton, but all through the race, he had some strong pace and some strong racecraft. Carlos Sainz, from the rear of the field to P8, what a drive. He is not my driver of the day, but my word, what a drive from Carlos. McLaren again pushing above their weights compared to the last few seasons. I don't think the Alfa Romeo car was spectacular on race day. I think the McLarens and obviously the top three teams were just way too strong for them. But a double points finish for Alfa Romeo is a good job and something that they can build upon. Just quickly, Renault, the start was the only saving grace for them, and although Hülkenberg did get a good start, the pace just wasn't there. Same could be said for Force India, although Perez did have a great race, finishing on the fringes of the points. One would say Toro Rosso, it was just an off weekend for them, taking penalties, but Red Bull won the race. And it's at a power circuit, so it doesn't really look that great on Toro Rosso, but at the end of the day, they are the B team, so you're not going to expect them to win the World Championship or anything, but I do think they should have done better. Although K-Mag brilliantly qualified P5 yesterday, he obviously had a grid penalty, that dropped into P10, and then in the race, he had no pace. The tyres fell apart. Grosjean didn't have any pace either. I mean, Haas have got a dog of a car at the moment. And finishing off Williams, I mean, they have no pace, but at least George Russell isn't finishing 19th. He's getting ahead of some other cars, which is a very, very good thing for a rookie in that car. Driver of the day is inarguably Max Verstappen. I mean, everything about his race, and yes, the Red Bull car was the quickest car in the race, but he had to fight back from about P7 to P1 with some supreme racecraft. Max Verstappen is one hot talent. I mean, you don't need me to say that. Today is just a testament to his talent. Despite a rather workaday race for Lewis Hamilton, he still preserves his World Championship lead. Although it did cut down, it is still over 30 points. Max Verstappen jumps Sebastian Vettel for third place. Vettel drops down to fourth. Leclerc, who's still waiting for his first win, remains in P5 with Gasly in P6. Sainz, Norris, P7 and P8, obviously showing how decent McLaren have been this year. And then we have Kimi Raikkonen in P9 and Daniel Ricciardo in P10. And despite an off weekend for the Silver Arrows, they still have a 125 point championship lead over Ferrari. Red Bull, I mean, they've had a brilliant race today courtesy of Max Verstappen. They're still in P3 in no man's land. And well, McLaren P4 a long way off. I think they're in a world of their own at the moment because I don't think Renault can close the gap. Alfa Romeo in 6th, Racing Point in 7th. That battle is going to be super tight to the end of the season. Toro Rosso are in 8th as well. They could be in the hunt. Haas as well, but due to their recent form, I cannot see it. And Williams, well, they round out the field unsurprisingly. And again, despite the controversy and whatever happens, we need to appreciate what a race that was. I don't care what Formula E or Formula 2 or Formula 3 have provided in terms of races this year. That has not paralleled the Austrian Grand Prix. There was racing, pure racing throughout the field from start to end. The Austrian Grand Prix for the second year in a row totally delivered. But guys, that is it for today's review. Please like this video, comment down below what you thought of this video and the 2019 Austrian Grand Prix, and please subscribe to the F1 Tube YouTube channel. And until next time guys, see you later.